This has been such an enormous headache, but the bottom line is July 1st came and went, and those rates doubled.
They did double. In fact, they doubled to 6.8% from 3.4%. It's not on existing loans, it's on new loans, but the Joint Economic Committee is out there, and they're saying for the average loan that's out there, you're talking about $2,600 additional cost for students out there, which is a tough one when you already look at how much they owe.
And this is for Stafford loans, which means what?
Yeah.
Low income?
It's a good question, because there are a couple of different loans you can get from the government. This is for subsidized Stafford loans. So that is for low-income students. This is the most popular form of loan that comes from the government for those student loans. There's about 7 million who already participate. And how it works is you've got Congress setting the rate, and then they pay the interest while the student is in school. You've got other ones that aren't subsidized where Congress isn't paying off that rate.
And we see story after story about the student debt.
Crazy.
Exploding. I said $1.2 trillion. This couldn't come at a worse time.
No, you're right. And it's crazy that it still kind of continues to be an issue. And last year, you know, we saw it come up around this time as well. And we were in the midst of the presidential campaign. The president came out. That $1.2 trillion was still out in the headlines. We all remembered it. It was still upsetting. So the president really pushed Congress to extend it for another year. You even had Mitt Romney at the point saying, yep, we've got to do the extension at this point.
So then what happened now?
Why
couldn't they extend it again? Yeah.
Deja vu. Here we are again. So they did the one-year extension. And now you've got, you know, politics in play, if you will. And there's a lot of talk about whether or not we should make this a flexible rate and tie it to the 10-year Treasury. At the same time, you've got Republicans out there saying we've got to think about deficit reduction, so how much should be subsidized by the government. So again, politics in play.
So where does this leave us? Because,
where do we go?
Well, what I've been reading is that they'll probably come back from recess and take on this issue.
Right, they're on vacation this week. It is hard to swallow, and they're going to have to figure out how much should the government profit off of these student loans, and especially when you've got the deficit issue. It's a big one. We're trying to tackle that. So you've got to figure out how flexible can you make these loans. Should they be flexible? Should they be fixed? Should there be a cap on how much students should pay? So they've got a lot to talk about. I've been going through press releases this morning. Everybody's out there playing and getting their issue out there. So we'll have to see what they do when they come back from recess.
Because I was going to say, well, you're going through press releases. They're on recess.
They
Perhaps
are.
they'll take it up, though.